Hi, everyone. Mark here again. I'm the founder of the Arts and Culture Network, and we're over 100,000 strong now across our 6 arts and culture LinkedIn groups. So, but this is the best part of the job for me. It's where I get to meet our new members, and I'm delighted that Jasmine Sandler has joined us and has joined me today from New York. Thank you very much, Jasmine.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be a part of the network, actually. So thank you.
It's great. And we've just been exchanging news, and I think there was a tornado in North Carolina. There were 2 tornadoes in Carolina, you and it.
That's the truth.
Yeah, what were you doing? What were you doing there?
So part of my business, I've had a digital branding and marketing agency for 17 years. And part of my business is companies will hire me as pretty much a hired gun to come in and assess all their digital marketing programs or agencies and consultants. It means sitting in a room or sitting in a few rooms for a day or two and assessing things and presenting. So, and coming up with a strategy for digital marketing and budget optimization.
Yeah.
So I was working with a company that does circuit board manufacturing in the US, which is very interesting because a lot of that has been sent overseas. And but they have a great name, American Circuits, and they're a great company with a tremendous history. So I'm looking forward to where they're going to go in 2024.
Great. That's fantastic. And yeah, I think we came up with a new handle for you, didn't we? You're a digital marketing troubleshooter. I love it. It's great.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah, I imagine there'll be lots of relationships between clients and suppliers in that kind of sector that are not failing, but they're not doing anything. They're failing, but they're unaware or they don't realize.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. I think the issue is being stagnant, and so not just in their industry, but a lot of S&B companies, they just kind of stay flat. And so I don't want them to stay flat, but they get in their own way. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. But yeah.
And as you know, ours is an arts and culture network. So many of the organizations represented in our network are venues or agencies or organizations. And there's no reason why you shouldn't work with those guys as well, is there?
No, I mean, I have an entire division called JSM for Artists that I purposely developed in the last few years because I'm a musician and I have a big passion for the arts. But I also think my whole mantra around that is monetization. So I kind of take my learnings as you branded me as senior troubleshooting digital marketing specialist, which I love. Thank you. You're hired. But I take that over to musicians, artists. I actually teach primarily in the music business industry, but I do a lot to support other artists as well. So yeah, I mean, the issues are common across every industry.
Yeah, that's great. So wherever this appears, there'll be a profile about you with links and examples and case studies and whatever you want to have in that page. So that's great.
Okay. Thanks
for that. But now we're going to have some fun. I found, and I think you've taken a sneaky peek at this, I found that a wonderful way to pull out the anecdotes and the surprises is to paint a picture for you effectively. I'm going to create your perfect cultural year from the answers to 10 questions, and we'll see where you end up, which is
Sounds
good.
great.
Okay. Right. Are you ready?
Yes.
So, Jasmine, do you have a favorite building?
Favorite building? I do have a favorite building. I don't know the name of it. And I'm sure it's Russian architecturally influenced, but it's in New York, which is interesting because I like traveling. But it's actually here close to my neighborhood. It's on like 57th and 6th, I think. And on the bottom floor, they have this wonderful pastry shop. But the architecture is just ridiculous. And I've been in New York now, oh my God, on and off since 1999. And it's still there. And it's just historic.
Brilliant.
I like historic buildings.
Love it. Well, I reckon we'll Google it and have a look and find it. Excellent. So I'd like you to assume and imagine that you're sitting outside that pastry shop on the sidewalk, and you're at a cafe table, and New York is around you, bustle, hustle and bustle. It's a sunny June afternoon. and there's a book by your side on your table that you've been reading, and it's either your favorite book or your current book or a book that you like to revisit. What's the book?
Oh, that's really a hard question, boy, because I have a list of books that I want to read that I haven't gotten to yet, and then I have go-to books that I go back to. Aish. I have to think about this one for a second.
Okay.
This is a tough one. I oh my God, I don't know why this is such a hard question for me.
While you're thinking of that book, on your left is a drink.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Yeah.
It's the summer,
Yep.
so I want to try the best Prosecco that they have.
Okay.
I mean, that's simple.
I
The book
invented
is
a drink.
harder.
I invented a drink with Prosecco because I call it double bubble, because I have,
You know, there's a gum double bubble. You know this,
yeah,
right?
it's a Prosecco with soda water. So it's got twice the bubbles.
I like that. That's good. I usually
Yeah.
have that. So that's my flying drink. Whenever I fly for business, the first thing I do is when I get on the plane, I ding and I get a Prosecco. So,
Yeah, nice. Very nice.
but
What
I
about,
think Tony Robbins, I just want to answer that question.
yeah.
So Tony Robbins, Financial Matters, I think it's called, or the Power, I can't remember. Mastering Finance. See, that's how bad I can't really remember. So I got like halfway through the book and I haven't finished it. And what I like about that book is it really helps you plot through investing from a very simple standpoint, and I think it's good for everyone. So
Have you read Rich Man, Poor Man?
a million times.
Yeah, it's Robert Kiyosaki, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of like, when you said books, I was thinking I've read so many books and I've written books that I don't read, but I give them away to people. And then they have clients. I work with a lot of authors. So it's like, oh man, I should say their book. But in reality, I'm working on my own financial improvements. So,
Okay. Now I want you to, you're quite smug and you're quite pleased with yourself because you've just come from a meeting inside that Russian architecture New York building. And you've had a meeting with the representatives of a wealthy family who like to invest in research in the arts and culture world.
okay.
And they've said that they'd like to send you away to another country of your choice for a whole year, all expenses paid, first class all the way, lovely apartment when you get there, friends to meet you, and a nice healthy fee as well. And all you need to do is to come back in a year and talk to them about your impressions of the arts and culture world in that country. That's a perfect gig, right?
It pretty much is the perfect gig. Can I take a continent? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that would be good. No, you have to choose a country that you're going to base yourself in and a city in that country or town.
Okay, well, I am planning on going somewhere this year, particularly for culture. Vienna, Austria. So I will say there.
Excellent. Okay, that's great. So I've been there many times. I played in the music brine there when I was in the City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra, and I think we played Mahler's Sixth Symphony, and it was the last symphony that Mahler conducted there.
Wow.
In the same hall. So
That's
yeah, I love Vienna. It's great. Right, so you're off to Vienna and you're going to study the arts and culture world in Austria. So
yes.
now you're on the plane on the way, first class, and one of the stewards hands you an envelope with a letter in it, and you open it and you're in the air already, so you can't go back. And it's from the Family Research Organization, and they'd like to study you while you study Austria. And so they want to find out what impact it has on your mental health and well-being to restrict your musical intake to one genre or type of music for the whole year. Okay. So they're inviting you to tell them what genre you'll stick to for the year. You can't listen to anything outside that genre.
For a year?
For a whole year, yeah. So what are you going to choose?
Classical.
Okay. That's a good choice because there's lots to choose from. Everything from Bach to,
That's what I think.
yeah, that's a
Because
good
you could
shout.
go, you could also do, you could listen to modern classical, traditional
Yeah,
classical,
yeah.
right? That's why I chose it.
Oh, clever. Are there any particular composers that you'd want included in that playlist?
I mean, of course, Bach.
Yeah.
Hello, Vivaldi, Tchaikovsky, who else? And then there's some modern people. I go to Juilliard, just so you know. I'm in their advanced opera program, and so I've been listening to some. I've been getting some modern composers that friends and colleagues of mine have been sending. So
Yeah, great.
I'm in the education right now in classical. So
Oh, fantastic. I've done quite a bit of contemporary classical music as a percussionist, and it
oh
it tends to polarize me. Either I think it's wonderful, and it'll be around forever, or it's complete and utter dross. And there was one performance I did in London, and the piece was written in 4/16, which is 4
yeah, I understand.
16th notes to the bar, and crotchet equals 60, so it was very slow. But it was written in very fast
Interesting.
notation, and I thought, and it was impossible to play. There were, dotted hemi-demi semiquavers and 16th and 32 second and 64th notes, and it was just ridiculous.
Very progressive.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I understand.
but I went and spoke to the composer at the end of the concert, and I said, I'm just curious, I know you wrote it in 4/16. I imagine that was to keep us on our toes. He said, no, I wrote it for a competition. If I'd written it in 4/4, it wouldn't have made the cut.
Oh, how
Oh my
interesting.
God, what? So he, I've seen composers write, and they put the bar lines and the time signatures in first, and then the notes, which suggests it's not coming from here.
Yeah, right.
Certainly not from here. Anyway, we
Oh,
digress.
I can't wait to listen to your music, honestly. Yeah, I am excited,
Yeah. So where did we get to? You're in the, classical music on the plane. You arrive in Vienna, and there is a group of people there who've been assigned to welcome you and take you under their wing, and ease you into the arts and culture world in Vienna. That's a great choice, by the way. And the first thing they'd like to do is take you to a dance performance. So that night, they check you into your apartment, and you're ready to go out. And they've said, look, we can take you anywhere. You can see, and there is a magical theater there. This is fantasy land, right?
Oh, okay.
There is a magic theater, and you can choose any dancer, living or dead, any dance group or any dance style to be performed for you on the stage in this fantasy world. So what would you like to see as a dance performance?
Well, if I'm in Vienna, I mean, I want to see traditional ballet, actually.
Okay.
I'm sorry, don't know the names of dancers in Vienna, but I really don't. I don't have any idea. But I would think that what I tend to like, because I go to Lincoln Center quite a bit, I tend to like good ballet that's kind of homegrown, that has a really nice storyline.
Nice.
So it doesn't. I've seen modern dance, and I've also seen traditional ballet. So I can't really. I guess I would ask them what's kind of buzzing in Vienna. What's buzzing now? What do people like, and who are the dancers? I kind of want to find out. But I really like good ballet, good stories, and
Great.
homegrown.
Okay. You can have the Vienna State Ballet or something like that.
Okay, good. I don't know them, so thank you.
Excellent. And they're going to take you out to dinner afterwards, and you can choose the cuisine.
Well, again, when I go local, I go local. So I want traditional food and culture there, and Austrian food. I don't even know too much about it. I have to look into it. So
Yeah, that'd be great.
But I like being open and learning. So
yeah, schnitzels. They make lots of schnitzels in Vienna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Excellent. Now the next day is sport day. Sport is part of our culture, and your new friends have said we can take you to any sporting event. You can take part if you wish, or you can just spectate. But you can have any sport you like. So what sport would you choose to see?
That's easy. I've been a hockey player for 20 years, ice hockey. So I don't know if those, I mean, I'm sure they do have That actually sounds fun. I'm getting excited to go to Vienna now. I
I'm
know
sure
that
they must have ice
I
hockey.
know that there's a European league. I've been to the German games,
Yeah,
so whoever their hockey team is, and
right.
I'd want to play.
Oh, fantastic. That would be
Yeah.
great. I struggle to watch it. I don't know whether it's my eyesight, but I just can't see the puck. It's just so fast. So
Yeah, if you grow up with it, it's different.
yeah, I
It's
bet you
because
can
you know what the play, you know what's happening, and you know the play, so
yeah,
you're not trying to look at the puck. I don't even look at the puck. I'm looking at the play. You know.
and then suddenly it's in the net. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not on
Okay,
my team, but yeah.
that's great. Now in Vienna there is a magical digital art gallery, and it projects and screen displays the work of any artist for you. And so it's in a kind of maze, and you walk through, and they can present all of the artwork of a famous artist in chronological order, so that you can effectively walk through their creative life. But you can only choose one artist. So who would you like to be displayed in that maze?
This has nothing to do with Vienna, but I've been wanting to go to see the museum in Florida, where and maybe we can do it here in this magical world of
Yeah, yeah, it's
all of.
entirely up to you. It
And
doesn't have to be.
just so you know, I love all artwork. Like I'm a big, very much into art, but for some reason lately I've been wanting to go to this museum. It displays all of Dante's work and his whole
Oh,
storyline.
wow.
So that's what's on my mind right now. And
Okay.
I live in New York, so I go to the museums all the time.
Yeah.
But that would be really cool if they did that in Vienna.
I'm sure they would. And his is a very sad story, isn't it? He was fell in love, and she was taken away, and he produced some really dark work, didn't
I
he?
love the pain of that artwork. I do.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's beautiful pain, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. That's a great choice. Love that. I'm going to have to look some up. The Inferno as well. So
yeah, I named one of my animals after him. So
oh.
yeah, I'm a big fan.
Now, the next day is to lighten the mood. They want to take you to a play or a musical, and it can be any play or musical you like. You can even watch the original cast. So what would you choose to go and see? Or an opera, if you prefer.
Mm. Well, I'm thinking of the plays I haven't seen here, you know. Believe it or not, I've never seen Wicked. And everyone in my Juilliard class says, "Why haven't you seen Wicked?" So that's what I would see.
Yeah, that's great.
Because it's one I just haven't seen.
There's some great videos on YouTube of their rehearsals, with Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel, and great stuff. I love Wicked. It's great. My assistant Isabel, she's not here now, but we often just have musical theatre day while we're working, and just
Oh
put
my
it
God,
on
that's so cute.
and belt it out. So
I love that. It's so cute. I love it.
okay, good. That's right. That's great. You can see Wicked, and I'm going to give you the original cast. So it'll be Kirsten Chenoweth and Idina Menzel.
Very nice.
She came and played London at Wembley, and I went to see her there, which was great. So
Yeah, I've seen quite a few plays in London when I lived there, and
yeah,
to me, that's the best cultural experience I've had.
her big break was Rent, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
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 Okay. The next day is movie day, and they're going to take you to a cinema, and again, it's a magic cinema. You can have any movie you like, but I'd like you to choose one that you think your Viennese friends would enjoy that they might not have seen.
Let's see. Boy, that's also very hard. That they haven't seen.
That they may not have seen that you'd like them to see.
Oh, I've seen so many movies.
What is a movie that if you start watching it, you can't finish?
Cinderella Man. I don't know why. I love Russell Crowe. And also, I love that story because it's a great love story. And I also think that the people I'm with would appreciate it, because if they don't know much about the Depression in American history, it kind of walks through American history in a very important time politically.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I like it. I don't even know why I chose it, but I was thinking, what would they never have seen?
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have seen that.
They wouldn't have seen it, and it's actually a really good film. So
great choice. Now the next day is we're calling Hero Day. And so we've booked a table for you at a really top Viennese restaurant. And you can choose to have dinner. You can choose to have a nice leisurely 2-hour lunch with anybody, right? Anybody living or dead. Perhaps.
Very easy.
Oh, go.
Jim Morrison.
Whoa, what a choice.
Very easy for me. That's the one.
Yeah. Love
Because I'm a poet and I'm a songwriter, so
yeah.
I'd love to pick his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Yesterday?
Yes, actually I have.
That's great. It's one of my favorites at the moment. I've watched
Yeah,
it.
I didn't even think to say that, but that's okay. Yeah, that's great.
No, it just came to mind. Such a clever movie as well. So, okay, that's great. Now, the next day is one of those days that don't come around very often. They're the kind of days where you wake up in the morning and you know that the day is entirely your own until you go back to sleep again. No children around, no relatives, no jobs.
It should be the day every day.
It shouldn't it? And I love those days.
Yeah. Wow, you're making my weekend right now.
So that's the day you've got, and you're in Vienna. You've got first class all the way, transport, helicopters, whatever it is, and you can do whatever you like for the day. And any museums or art galleries or institutions that you want to go to will be closed just for you. So you're not rushed around with crowds. And so what would you like to do in Vienna?
I don't know why I'm thinking. Well, first of all, obviously I want to go shopping. I'm a woman. So I'd want to go to the best, and not big stores. I don't like big stores. So I'd love to have someone take me to the best boutiques and consignment stores in Vienna, where I can get things that are very like heritage driven, and maybe some things that come from estates that I would never ever find.
That's great.
Because I think those would have long-term value. And then definitely, obviously, the art museums. I'd want to get private tours in the art museums.
Yeah, so we're gonna give you a personal shopper who knows Vienna and the little hideaways that people don't always find. And we've asked the general managers of all the big art galleries and museums to give you a personal tour of their venue. So that's your day, and the rest of that's it for the day, and you can do whatever you like. Brilliant. Yeah. Now that's your year done. Now you're on the plane on the way home, and
I'm sad now. I don't want to go home. I was having so much fun.
I know. Somebody said, Mark, please set up a travel agency so that I can book this.
Yeah, I am going to Vienna. So you're actually, that's why you asked me. I was very realistic. So.
That's great. Well, yeah, you can. Well, you should queue up some meetings with people. That would be really good.
100%.
There will be people in Vienna in our network who we should write to and say, look, I'm coming. Do you want to, be my minder, my cultural minder for the week? That would be
absolutely
good. Let's not forget to do that. That was good. So they hand you another letter on the way home, and in it they say, thank you so much. We're looking forward to your presentation. And we're happy to say you can now listen to things other than classical music. Okay, so what's the first thing you listen to when you've been listening to nothing but classical music all year?
Pretty easy, because I'm in the process of writing a new album. So I need to actually listen to my music and a couple of guitarists I've been working with, because I need to get back into the progress if I'm gone for a year. Yeah. And probably because of this year, my music will change.
Yeah, you'll want to.
I mean, it probably will go from here to here based on this. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Brilliant. So there you go. That's your year done. I love it because it pulls out preferences and ideas and from our members. So
I like it too. It's fantastic.
Now I'm going to do a little. You're going to be my guinea pig for the next one. It won't take us long.
Okay.
It's called the this or that game. So I'm going to give you two things, and you have to choose one of them.
Okay.
All right. These are a little bit experimental, so we'll see how it goes.
I'm open.
The first one, right. Taylor Swift covering opera classics, or Pavarotti singing a pop song?
Oh, come on. Pavarotti covering a pop song.
Yeah. Accordion or bagpipes?
Bagpipes.
A banjo serenade at a funeral or a heavy metal guitar solo at a wedding?
Heavy metal guitar solo at a wedding.
A hip hop opera or a reggae symphony?
Ooh. Hold on a second. Reggae symphony.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to it, the Chineke Orchestra is an orchestra in the UK, and they've done a Bob Marley album, and it's incredible. It gets my Redemption Song gets my granddaughter to sleep in 2 minutes.
I love that
his,
song anyway. I've
yeah, it's his
You know
voice.
that there's that new film, that Marley film. I think it's coming out this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a
I don't know
show.
the actor. I don't know who this actor is, but it looks nice.
Oh, I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah, it's there was a show in the West End called Marley. I think it was the loudest show in London, apparently. Fantastic.
That's fun.
Okay, next up is your life story in Gregorian chant
Oh, so cool.
or a heavy metal guitar solo.
Did you say my story in Gregorian?
Yeah, so it's your life story. Is it a Gregorian chant choir or a heavy metal guitar solo?
Oh my God, because it's a mix of in between.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to my music, it's crazy that you asked me that. I'm gonna say, I don't know, it's so hard. This one's hard. My life is going towards a Gregorian chant, but it's coming from a heavy metal solo. And I'm serious.
It's in transition, your life story.
It really, so in one of the songs I'm writing, I'm putting in chants, Gregorian chants. So it's so funny that you say that.
Oh.
So I don't know if you want current or past, solo, future, chanting.
Future chanting. Yeah.
Chanting.
Where can we hear your music, by the way, Jasmine?
So my artist name is Jazz Rock.
And is that JAS?
JAZZROCK. Singer. So 2words.com is my personal website for the music, and it goes to Spotify and the band. Great. And all the projects and all the other.
Excellent. I'm going to have a good listen while I work later.
Very rough.
We'll put the links in where this appears as well.
Yes.
Monet's Water Lilies or Van Gogh's Starry Night?
Van Gogh.
Okay.
I'm not a Monet fan. People beat me up over that, but I don't know.
Fiction to escape reality or non-fiction to live with it?
Non-fiction.
Okay, nice. Traditional art on canvas or digital art on a pixelated screen?
Traditional art on canvas.
Picasso or Dali?
Dali.
Opera for the dramatic moments or a Broadway musical to belt out the show in the shower?
Opera for the dramatic moments.
Historical drama or science fiction?
One. Depends on the application. Science fiction.
Okay. Calligraphy or emojis?
Calligraphy.
Pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
Action movie or romantic comedy?
Romantic comedy.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Board games or video games?
Board games.
Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Beach vacation.
Texting or calling?
Depends on the person. Jeez, texting.
Yeah, easy way out.
Yeah, easy way out.
Comedy club or poetry slam?
Oh, you mean not participating, correct?
Yes, as a spectator on this occasion.
Comedy club.
DIY crafts or IKEA furniture?
DIY crafts.
You'd rather make it than put it together. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate putting things together.
Shakespeare or Jane Austen?
Shakespeare.
I think I know the answer to this one. Classical ballet or contemporary dance?
Yeah, classical ballet.
Sculpture or street art?
Street art.
Classical literature or modern bestsellers?
Classical literature.
Jazz or classical music?
Classical.
Photography or paintings?
Paintings.
Now it changes up a bit. Those were great, by the way. Those are my new ones.
Oh,
Tea or coffee?
coffee.
Radio or television?
Hmm. I'm trying to get away from TV, so I'm gonna say radio.
Cool. Heels or sneakers?
Heels.
Car or motorcycle?
Motorcycle.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Concert hall or sports stadium?
Depends who's playing, but concert hall.
Test the water or dive in at the deep end?
Dive into the deep end.
Love that. I was expecting that. Shower or bath?
What is it?
Shower or bath?
Shower.
Cooking or being cooked for?
Depends on the kitchen and depends on the day. It's a very hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Being cooked for.
Nice. Reggae or salsa?
Oh, that's a tough one. I like both. Salsa. It's Friday.
It's Friday, yeah.
I don't know. It's a salsa day.
Yeah, we should be dancing.
Yeah.
Indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Start immediately or wait until the last minute?
Start immediately.
I'm a waiter.
Yes, the most creative people are.
I know. Science or history?
Science.
New York or LA?
LA.
And finally, see the future or change the past?
Change the past.
There we go. Thank you, Jack.
I like that. Couple of them were like a toss-up.
I know. The other one I forgot this one. Toilet paper, over or under?
Over.
That's it. It divides people. It really does.
Who uses it under?
Me. It comes out.
Really?
Yeah, it comes out at the back.
That's weird.
I know it's weird.
I don't know why.
My whole family's the
I would
same.
probably struggle with it. And it would fall apart.
But that was lovely. Thank you so much. That's going to give people who watch this an idea of what makes you tick, which was lovely. So thank you very much for doing that. Don't rush off when we finish, but thank you so much for being one of our full members. Wherever this appears, it'll have links. We'll write a profile about you, which is going to be a challenge because you're so polymathic. I'm going to write that about you. This has been a great pleasure and you look fantastic. So thank you so much.
Thank you. No, thank you. This has been really great.